to the University of South Carolina School of Law Spring 2020 commencement exercises. Please stand for the singing of the national anthem led by Mr. Thomas Gardner, School of Law class of 2021, and remain standing for the invocation by Joshua Rice from the Christian Legal Society and Tabitha Davidson from the Jewish Law Student Association.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Congratulations, class of 2020. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Josh Rice. I am a proud member of the class of 2020 and the former vice president of the Christian Legal Society. Traditionally, at the law school graduation, a priest, a minister, or a rabbi is appointed to give an invocation, which is a prayer over the graduation ceremony, and a benediction, which is a blessing over the graduates. In light of our unique graduation this year, the law school has asked for some of the members of the class of 2020 who were involved in some of the different faith-based organizations at the law school to come together and perform these graduation traditions. So today, before I give the invocation, class of 2020, know that you are in the thoughts and prayers of many during this time. Let me pray. Dear God, thank you so much for today. Thank you for this time that we could come together and celebrate the class of 2020. While today's celebration is very much different from those in the past, bless this time. Thank you for each of the graduates represented today, for their giftings, for their talents, and for their opportunity to pursue a legal education at the University of South Carolina. Thank you for the faculty, for the deans, for the support staff, for the administration, for all those who played a role in their legal education. Thank you especially for the families, for the friends, for the spouses of each one of these graduates, and for the support that they gave them as they pursued and accomplished this amazing goal. I ask that today that you bless each one of these graduates as they walk into the legal profession, that wherever life takes them, that whatever successes or failures that come, that they know that they're loved, that they have friends, family, professors, classmates who are cheering them on each step of the way. I also ask that you give them courage to speak up for those who can't speak for themselves, courage to judge fairly, and courage to make a lasting difference in the lives of every person that they meet. I also ask that today, during this time, that you'd keep them and their families safe and well. Thank you again for this opportunity to celebrate such an amazing accomplishment in the lives of each of these graduates. Amen. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Thomas, Josh, and Tabitha. Congratulations, class of 2020. Remember that total eclipse of the sun that occurred on your first day of law school? Is it any wonder then that things turned out as they did during the final few days of your legal education? It is not May 8th, the date intended for your commencement, but August 8th, and most of you have already taken the bar exam. But it remains a day of celebration, marking your considerable achievements that have led to the award of a Juris Doctor degree. Commencement always is a time of transition and high expectations. A few of you will continue on to further graduate study, but for most of you, your formal education has ended and your entry into a new career awaits. You stand on the doorstep of opportunity, ready to show the world what you have to offer. That world that you will step into this year is a world reawakened to the importance of justice and the rule of law. It is a world that needs your leadership. This commencement is also a time of transition for me, as it marks the end of my term as dean of the law school and the opening of a new time in my life, a time when I can return to full-time teaching and pick up some of those things I put down some years ago. It also is a time that I can nurture new interests and discover new horizons. You and I are alike in that regard. We are never too old to enjoy the excitement of a transition into a world of new or renewed expectations. I remember being in your place 39 years ago. I had a plan, but it did not include teaching law. My career turned out much differently than I had planned, and much better. I have never stopped looking for new doors that I could open, and I have been willing to walk through those doors when they provided interesting new opportunities. I wish the same for you. For some of you, the roadmap ahead may seem clear today. Others of you may still be trying to determine your ultimate destination, or you may know where you want to end up, but you're still considering the best route to be taken. Wherever you are headed, take your first step with high hopes and expectations of fulfillment and reward. Never lower your gaze. If you always keep your eyes on the horizon, I can assure you that your hopes and expectations are fully justified. As we move together to new challenges, others will fill in behind us. As you leave the classroom and as I leave the dean's office, there awaits a new class of students to take your place and a new dean to take mine. In a few years, another transition will occur. I will leave the active profession of law, and you will be ready to take my place. You are better prepared than I was, better able to help improve the world. That is the wonder of renewal. Things continually start anew, always becoming stronger, as each generation benefits from the knowledge gained by our predecessors. Have you given your thought to your legacy as a student at the University of South Carolina? What have you left behind to help those who will follow you? Perhaps it was a mock trial trophy left to inspire the competitors of future classes. For some of you, it was a university championship on the flag football field. Perhaps it was a journal that you helped edit. Or maybe your legacy is the role model that you provided for the class behind you of involvement as a public servant in a clinic or a pro bono activity. Or possibly your most important and simple legacy is the impact that you had on a custodial worker whom you greeted each day with a smile and a kind word. You and I each have our own legacies, but we also share a legacy. Our common legacy is this law school. Although we are separated by nearly 40 years in our time as students here, you and I belong in the company of every person who has ever graduated from this law school. It is good company, made stronger by your inclusion as alumni. Indeed, when I consider my legacy as a part of this school of law, I need look no further than the students I have been so fortunate to meet and teach and work with. Members of the class of 2020, you are my legacy, and I could not be prouder. Congratulations once again to each of you. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce Robert Caslin, President of the University of South Carolina.
Graduates, it is my honor to congratulate you on reaching this landmark moment. Even though today does not look the way we had hoped, I want to commend you for the incredible perseverance and resilience that you've demonstrated to get to this moment. And I am very proud to recognize the graduating class of 2020 from the University of South Carolina School of Law. Each of you is here today because of your commitment to service and excellence. The rigorous course of study you completed, marked by the degree you earned, demonstrates your dedication and service to your communities as future leaders and lawyers. These past few months have certainly tested us as we have faced challenges across the nation and our world. From moving all of our courses online halfway through the semester to adjusting our lives to prevent the spread of coronavirus, you have proven that you can persevere and succeed despite the circumstances. Despite the uncertainty of the future, I am confident that your education has prepared you to meet and overcome any challenge you will face. Indeed, you are beginning your careers as lawyers during a global pandemic and period of social change. In this critical historic moment, we need your perspective, intelligence, and leadership now more than ever. I am excited to see your impact on our state, nation, and world. Your law degree demonstrates not only your intellectual and professional readiness, but also the strength of your character. When I think back on my life and my 43-year career in the Army, I realize that all the lessons I've learned in leadership come down to this one simple truth. Competent leadership without character is failed leadership. This is what people will remember about you long after you're gone. And as you leave the university to begin your law careers, I ask you to remember the university's motto: learning humanizes character and does not permit it to be cruel. I encourage each one of you to reflect on your character and on the person you will become, because whether you are aware of it or not, you will impact those around you. And even though you are only one person, you have the ability to impact so many in a powerful way. As alumni from the University of South Carolina School of Law, I know that your impact will be profound and limitless. Graduates, today we share in your joy and celebration. We are extremely proud of your exceptional accomplishments and cannot wait to see you and what you'll achieve next. Remember that you can always come home to South Carolina, and we are behind you all the way. Congratulations to our newest alumni of the University of South Carolina School of Law. We now come to that part of the proceeding where the university confers its highest recognition, the honorary doctoral degree. Professor and former Dean Robert Wilcox of the School of Law has a candidate for the honorary doctoral degree.
Mr. President, I have a candidate for the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws. Canon Kumar Shanmugam is a partner at the law firm of Paul Weiss Rifkin, Wharton and Garrison, and chair of the firm's Supreme Court and Appellate Practice Group. Mr. Shanmugam previously served as an assistant to the Solicitor General of the United States. He was born on November 15, 1972, in Lawrence, Kansas, to parents who had immigrated to the United States in the 1960s. Mr. Shanmugam attended high school in Lawrence and graduated co-valedictorian in 1989 at the age of 16. He majored in classics at Harvard University and was editor-in-chief of the Harvard Independent. After graduating from Harvard in 1993 with an RDM baccalaureate degree, summa cum laude, he won a Marshall Scholarship and completed a graduate study in classics at Oxford University, earning a Master of Letters degree in 1995. Mr. Shanmugam then attended Harvard Law School, graduating in 1989 with his Juris Doctor degree, magna cum laude. He clerked for Judge J. Michael Ludig of the United States Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit and for Associate Justice Antonin Scalia of the United States Supreme Court. He then joined the firm of Kirkland and Ellis. And in 2004, he became assistant to the United States Solicitor General, where he worked for 4 years and argued 8 cases before the United States Supreme Court. In 2008, he joined the law firm of Williams & Connolly, where he built the firm's Supreme Court and appellate practice. In 2019, Mr. Shanmugam moved to his current firm's Washington office, where he became managing partner. Mr. Shanmugam has served as chair of the American Bar Association's Appellate Practice Committee. He taught a course in Supreme Court advocacy as an adjunct professor of law at the Georgetown University Law Center, and he was on the board of trustees of Thurgood Marshall Academy, a charter school in Washington and one of the city's best performing public schools. He is a longtime member of the Federalist Society. He has been recognized as one of the nation's top 10 appellate lawyers by Benchmark Litigation and among the top 500 lawyers overall by Law Dragon magazine. He has been named the American Lawyer's Litigator of the Week 3 times and a Law 360 Legal Lion of the Week 9 times for a series of victories at all 3 levels of the federal courts. He has argued 28 cases before the United States Supreme Court and dozens of cases before all 13 federal courts of appeal. Each year, on behalf of the American Inns of Court, he presents the Inns Warren Burger Prize for an essay on professionalism that is subsequently published in the South Carolina Law Review. Mr. Shanmugam is an honorary bencher of the Inner Temple, one of the 4 English Inns of Court. He is also a member of the Advisory Committee on Procedures for the United States Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit, a member of the Executive Committee of the Harvard Law School Association, and a member of the American Law Institute. He has devoted substantial time to pro bono representations in criminal law and religious liberty.
For his professional and legal acumen, practicing law before all of the highest courts in the United States, for his pro bono service on behalf of cases at the heart of judicial fairness, and for his stalwart commitment to the ideals of jurisprudence, the University of South Carolina, with the approval of the Board of Trustees, now presents Canon Kumar Shanmugam for the honorary degree of Doctor of Law.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, acting on behalf of the people of South Carolina through the General Assembly of the state, I hereby do confer upon you the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa, together with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Mr. Shamagam.
It's a pleasure to join you all on the occasion of your graduation from South Carolina Law. Thanks to Dean Wilcox for inviting me, and thanks to all of you for having me. And it's a particular privilege for me to receive an honorary degree from the law school. I haven't done nearly as much as all of you to earn my South Carolina Law JD, but I'm thrilled to have this lifelong association with the university and the law school, and please know that from now on, I will always root for the Gamecocks. To state the obvious, we are not gathering today in the way we all would have hoped, face-to-face on a beautiful spring day in Columbia. Instead, I'm speaking to you today from a conference room in my otherwise deserted law offices in downtown Washington. I so wish that we could be together in person so that I could shake each of your hands and greet your proud families. But as probably every speaker has said at every graduation this season, you are entering a world that none of us could have imagined even at the beginning of the year. I think back to the law school graduates of 2002, who had no idea as they started their final year that they would be entering a new world shaped by a horrific act of terrorism. Or the law school graduates of 1942, many of whom picked up their diplomas on their way to the enlistment office. It is a silver lining that at this time of almost unprecedented uncertainty, we can still be together, virtually, through the wonders of modern technology. Now, I wish I could say that I have profound insights to share with you about how the coronavirus epidemic is going to reshape our society and the practice of law. But today, I'm going to take a longer view. I have great confidence that one day soon, we will defeat the coronavirus and resume our previous way of life, or something close to it. But all of you will be practicing law for a generation or more, and by the time you retire, the coronavirus will be a distant memory, and perhaps a somewhat odd one. So I'd like today to offer you just two pieces of long-term advice based on my 20 years head start as a practicing lawyer. It is tempting to think that a career in the law is linear, with a defined career path that resembles a ladder. Under that view, you should go to the very best law school you can. You should then get a job at the very best law firm you can. You should then work your way up to partner, and then to managing partner. And if you're interested in public service, well, there's a ladder for that too. You could become an assistant United States attorney, and then the United States attorney, and then maybe even the attorney general. This mode of thinking has become pervasive, and the evidence of it is everywhere. Just look at the profusion of rankings of law firms, law schools, and even individual lawyers, as if it is somehow possible to determine whether South Carolina is a better law school than North Carolina or Georgia, or whether my law firm, Paul Weiss, is a better law firm than Kirkland or Gibson Dunn. So, my first piece of advice to you is this. Resist the urge to think of your career as a ladder. Think of it instead as a rock climbing wall. There are a lot of different ways to get to where you want to go, and sometimes you may have to move sideways or even down to find the best path to get there. Unless you're very lucky, you will almost surely not be starting your career in your dream job. But you should not be afraid to take risks along the way, particularly early in your career, when you are closer to the ground, and a fall will hurt less. Sometimes it's the right choice to take a job that pays less, but that will give you the opportunity to develop more as a lawyer than a job that pays more. Or to take a job simply because it is interesting or because it will give you joy, even if it isn't immediately obvious how it will help you get to the top of that wall. Lawyers are famously risk-averse people. Indeed, that is perhaps the defining quality of our profession. Always bet on yourself, and don't be afraid sometimes to go against the grain. The obvious choice is not always the right one. I faced one of those choices just last year. I had a secure position as a partner in one of Washington's most prestigious law firms, having built a successful practice over the course of a decade. I had a comfortable life, and I could easily have kept doing what I was doing for the remainder of my career. And yet, I took a chance, perhaps the first big chance of my career, and joined my current law firm to build a brand new Supreme Court practice from the ground up. It may not have been the right decision for everyone, and as with all career choices, there will never be any way of knowing for certain whether I will have a better practice here than I would have had if I had stayed at my old firm. But I can tell you without any hesitation that it was the right decision for me, because I've been energized by a new challenge, and because I've enjoyed every minute of it, even at those moments when the work is hard and the wall feels impossibly steep. I bet on myself, and you should too. One last thought about that rock climbing wall. There will be setbacks along the way, professional disappointments, personal tragedies, and yes, even the occasional global epidemic. Even the Chief Justice of the United States, who has had perhaps the most glittering career of any living American lawyer, had to wait 11 long years, a lifetime in professional terms, after he was first nominated before he became a federal judge. I lost my father 3 years ago, and I'm not ashamed to admit that it knocked me off the wall for a time. Know that you will have those setbacks, even if you don't know when they will come and what they will be. But also know that you will be defined by how you respond to those setbacks, how you regain your foothold and get back climbing that wall again. So my first piece of advice is to resist the urge to think of your career as a ladder. My second piece of advice is to continue to believe in the importance of hard work. Now, I'm pretty sure that I'm not the first graduation speaker to talk about the importance of hard work. And in some sense, none of you would be here if you hadn't worked hard in school, and then in college, and now in law school. But I sometimes think that we live in a culture that devalues hard work. Instagram is a temple to the cult of effortlessness. And when was the last time you watched a post-game interview of a star athlete, where the athlete talked about how hard he or she prepared for the game? But if you remember one thing from this speech, remember this. Hard work is what distinguishes the merely good lawyers from the truly great ones. Even more than in other walks of life, being a great lawyer is all about preparation. As my former boss, Ken Starr, once told me, you will eventually get to a point in your career when all of the people around you are just as smart as you are, and most of them are probably smarter. And particularly in the early years of your career, no matter how smart you are, the lawyers you come up against will sometimes be smarter, and they will almost always be more experienced. The only way to counteract those advantages is through preparation. But the need to work hard won't disappear as you get further along in your career. It's sobering for me to realize that I'm now probably closer to the end of my career than to the beginning. But even in the most visible part of my practice, arguing before the Supreme Court, preparation is the one constant. After 28 Supreme Court arguments, I'd like to think that I've learned something about how to argue a case before the court. But what I'm going to argue obviously depends on the particular case. And my process for preparing for my 29th Supreme Court argument this fall will look much the same as my process for preparing for my first argument some 16 years ago, with a lot of late nights and weekends reviewing the briefs and the law and thinking about how to answer the hardest questions from the nation's smartest judges. Muscle memory might work in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, but it doesn't get you very far in a Supreme Court argument. And at least for those in the know, the very best Supreme Court litigators aren't the ones who can come up with the cutest turns of phrase. They're the ones who are always prepared enough to have exactly the right answers. Now, I wish I could tell you that you can have it all, that you can do it all and yet have as much time as you would like for your family and for your pursuits away from the law. But that would be a lie. There are only 24 hours in the day, and if you're successful as a lawyer, you will inevitably spend more time working than you would like. As the old cliche goes, no one ever said on their deathbed, "I wish I'd spent more time at the office." There will be a few missed Little League games and recitals, but hopefully no missed birthdays and anniversaries. At some point, you'll find yourself in an otherwise empty office first thing on a Saturday morning, or even first thing on a Sunday morning before church, as I've done more often than I would care to admit, and you will wonder what you're doing there. In those moments, always remember that being a lawyer is a privilege, and it requires dedication to the craft, whether you're preparing a will or preparing for a Supreme Court argument. And always remember that the best any of us can do is to try to achieve a balance between our lives inside and outside the office, knowing that if you're successful, you will inevitably still feel that there is not enough time in the day for either. So, those are my 2 pieces of advice. Don't think of your career as a ladder, and do believe in the importance of hard work. It remains for me to say one last thing. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you and to your families who have supported you. For all of the lawyer jokes that you will hear in the coming years, you're entering one of the most noble professions in a country that has done more to advance the rule of law than any other in the history of humankind. Today, as a law school graduate and future lawyer, you become one of the guardians of the rule of law, the foundation of a free and fair society. On behalf of all of us here on this virtual stage who have come before you, welcome to our profession. I hope that our paths will cross in person in the years to come. And I will always have a place in my heart for the South Carolina Law Class of 2020. Thank you again for inviting me, and I wish you the best on this belated but very special occasion. Thank you.
Will the candidates for degrees, wherever you are, please rise? Mr. President, all candidates before me and others who cannot be present but whose achievement is being recorded officially by the university, having completed the requirements for their respective degrees, are herewith recommended by the faculty of the university for the conferral of their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in the University of South Carolina by the people of this state, acting through their representatives in the General Assembly and on the Board of Trustees of this institution, and on the recommendation of the faculty thereof, the university confers upon each of you the degree for which you have been recommended, together with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Class of 2020, congratulations.
Edward Brian Abel, cum laude. Riley Wallace Adams. Christina Marie Allard. Jacob Loy Allen, cum laude. Nicholas Jorge Alvarez. Dane Andrew Anderson, Jr. Kevin Joseph Anderson. William S. Anderson, cum laude. Robert Jamar Augustine. Nuri Kaur Aujla. Annie Day Boehm, magna cum laude. Davis Lee Banks, summa cum laude, recipient of the Dean's Medallion. Lindsay Nicole Barker. Kevin Bayona. Celeste Robin Benson. Kayla Nicole Blackley. Brianna Shanae Blair. Austin James Bowers. Marshall Thomas Bozeman, cum laude. Abigail Caroline Bray. Alexandra Blair Brazil, cum laude. Lillian Carlisle Bryce. Thomas Allen Brown. Caitlin Ann Caldwell. Eugene Matthew Cawthon Washington. Susan Virginia Chafin. Micah Valentine Chetta, cum laude. Chase Harrison Coble. David Charles Cotty, Jr. Philip Sarkis Corey. Paul John Coyle. Adam Crane, cum laude. Victoria Langley Creta. Jordan Chelsea Davis. Cameron Alexander Degenhardt. Hope Lindsay Deemer, magna cum laude. Tyler Lewis DeRosa. Kirkland Elizabeth Dixon. Taylor Alexandria Diggs. Claire Young Dorbant. Avery Blair Douglas. Anthony Martin Doxey III, cum laude. Marissa Noel Drost. Bailey Elizabeth Dukes. Allison Mackenzie Dunsford, magna cum laude. Harrison Calvert Dushek. Henry Adam Dye. David Henry Egan. Lauren Martin Egan, magna cum laude. Kendall Victoria Ute, magna cum laude. Rosie Alexandra Escalante. Patrick Claiborne Fant IV. Heather Alicia Faulkner. David Luis Ferrer. Carly Elizabeth Finkenstadt, cum laude. Landon Payne Finney. Sarah Cameron Frierson, magna cum laude. Stephen Charles Gambill. John Edward Gardner. Joseph John Garfunkel. Carly Marie Mitchell Gillespie, cum laude. Jesse James Glasgow IV. Gregory Joseph Gonzalez. Brendan Joseph Green, magna cum laude. Joshua Christian Green. Joseph Hayden Grooms. Clarissa Nicole Guerrero. Chadwick Haynes Gunnels. Matthew Cole Gurr. Kyle Roston Hare, magna cum laude. Emma Elizabeth Hall. Evan Mark Haney. Frederick Newman Hanna Jr., magna cum laude. Ashley Catherine Harris. Madison Taylor Hawkins, cum laude. Catherine Anita Heil. Andrew LaRoche Heathington, magna cum laude. Patrick Dalton Hickman. Georgia Keller Higgins. Joshua Giles Hill, magna cum laude. Alyssa Brooke Hiltbold, cum laude. Cody Douglas Hochstetler. Gedney Maine Howe IV. Sean Cunningham Hunter. Perry Elizabeth Imler. James LeGrand Inabinet Jr. Amy Elise Intagliata. Eleanor Lassane Jones. Francine Sukai Kamara. Lacey Ann Kelly. Claire Elizabeth Kelly. Jordan Alexis Ellis Kemmerlin. Mary Stewart King, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Diane Kinney. Han Cook Ko. Jacob Clinton Lampke, cum laude. Brian Zachary Lapchak. Dennison James LaRue, cum laude. Emily Danielle Larry. Jordan Brittany Lewis. Robert Clyde Limehouse III. Natalie Lauren Mayer. Monica Ann Main. Nicole Lauren Martinson. Morgan Marie Maxwell, cum laude. Max John Mazurek. Brian Keith McCardle, cum laude. Skylar Adeline McLean. Zachary John McCormick. Sarah Catherine McIntosh, cum laude. Matthew David McKee. Jordan Alexander McWilliams. Amy Elizabeth McLeod. Charles Cooper Martin Melvin. Alexander Grant Mende. Jonna Janice Beck Mankey, cum laude. Morgan Michaela Miller. Lauren Takoya Mims. Lauren Taylor Mogileski. Hunter Adam Morgan, cum laude. Brianna Janine Morrison. Alexandra Brooke Mosley. Alicia Simone Moss. Catherine Annalise Musselman. Serena Margaret Nath. Miranda Bliss Nelson, cum laude. Austin Drake Nichols. Benjamin Edward Nicholson. Emmanuel Dominique Noel Baba. McKenna Catherine Noakes. Jasmine Elizabeth Norris. Bruce Hartley Norton II, cum laude. Naomi Elizabeth Noodleman, cum laude. Aubrey Lynn O'Brien. Nicholas F. O'Neill. Sergei Ostrovsky. Robert Heath Owen. Connor Denise Owens, magna cum laude. Michael Antonio Parente, magna cum laude. Christopher Mark Pascal. Adair Black Patterson, magna cum laude, winner of the Complete Lawyer Bronze Medallion. Crystal Neha Paul. Matthew Seth Polk. Mackenzie Neil Pearson. Christina Maria Perry, winner of the Complete Lawyer Bronze Medallion. Vaughn Richard Perry, cum laude. Carl Henry Petkoff, magna cum laude. Adam Paul Pickworth. Tiara Jasmine Nicole Pitts. Tiffany Iris Pons. Fiona Rose Reed. Joshua David Rice, cum laude, winner of the Complete Lawyer Bronze Medallion. Melanie Dale Rice. Sean Tanner Riley. Emery Haywood Rogers. Kevin Armando Rubio. Christopher Scott Runyon, cum laude. Carson Elena Cedro. Jason Scott Sanders. Haley Saxby, magna cum laude. Michael Ross Scarborough Jr., cum laude. Joseph Vincenzo Shibelli. Allison Francis Shambro. Samuel Carson Sheely, cum laude. William Oliver Shelley. Harvey Edward Shiver II. Christopher Sirks. Taylor Alexandra Sloop. Anna Catherine Smith, cum laude. Haley Elizabeth Smith. Sarah Isabel Simmers Smith. Odulayo Oluwatobi Shoyebo. Mallory Street Sparks. Trevor Scott Stevens. Mariana Lee Stevenson. William Thomas Stevenson, summa cum laude. William Randall Still, Jr. Michael Paul Stover, magna cum laude. Carly Ann Tabor. William Scott Talbert. Austin Blake Tepper. Bradley Richard Tidwell. Hampton Granger Tiller. Brandon Robert Truss. Matthew Michael Turk, cum laude. Clarence Ross Turner IV, Lawrence Dale Turner. Taylor K. Vogel, magna cum laude. Lewis Hartwell War, cum laude. Macy Morgan Webb. William Blakely Welch. Anna Giles White. Lillian Porche Wilkerson. Hunter Diane Williams. Elaine Leilani Ann Yap, cum laude.
Graduates finishing academically in the top 10% of the class were initiated into the Order of the Coif in recognition of their extraordinary academic achievement. I now recognize these members: Davis Banks, Hope Deemer, Allison Dunsford, Lauren Egan, Kendall Ute, Sarah Frierson, Brendan Green, Kyle Hare, Frederick Hanna, Andrew Hethington, Joshua Hill, Mary Stewart King, Connor Owens, Michael Parente, Adair Patterson, Carl Petkoff, Haley Saxby, William Stevenson, Michael Stover, and Taylor Vogel. Congratulations to each of these graduates on their extraordinary accomplishment. And congratulations also to each and every graduate of the class of 2020. All of you have distinguished yourself in many ways, and you all deserve our recognition. On behalf of the faculty and staff at the School of Law, it has been our pleasure to have worked with you over the past several years.
Hi, class of 2020. Didn't want to miss a chance to say congratulations. We are so proud of you and cannot wait to see what you'll do next.
On behalf of the Alumni Council, I want to congratulate the class of 2020. I stood in your shoes 20 years ago as a member of the class of 2000. And while I'm sad that you didn't get to enjoy the horseshoe graduation that we all know and love, I feel certain that you're going to find that this career, this noble profession that you have chosen, is much bigger than a ceremony. Rather, your law professors and this law school have given you the ability to analyze the law, consider the evidence, fight the good fight, defend those in need, and participate and uphold the world's most thoughtful legal system to ever exist. You have the ability to perfect its strengths and rethink its weaknesses. I have no doubt that this pandemic has made each of you stronger and more thoughtful lawyers, and for that we are thankful and we welcome you. We look forward to sharing this profession and seeing you in court. Congratulations.
Hello, Law Class of 2020. This is Carol Mitchell in the Law Alumni and Donor Relations Office. I would like to congratulate you on your achievement and wish you the best at what comes next. Congratulations, class.
Congratulations, 2020 graduates. It has certainly been a taxing year, but you are a very special group and we will always remember what we've all been through together. So I wish you all the best. Please keep in touch and congratulations on your graduation.
Congratulations, class of 2020. We are so proud of you and the lawyers you've become. Please stay in touch with us. We can't wait to see what comes next.
Hey, I know you've worked really hard for 3 years. I know my colleagues have worked on you very hard for 3 years. So best wishes from both me and my dog. I know you're going to go out there and do us proud.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. I will miss you very much, but I'm so proud of every one of you. Don't forget, you can still call your law librarians if you have research or resource questions. We'll always be glad to hear from you. We are so glad you were here and wish you the best of everything.
Well, congratulations, you did it. Just go out and divide and conquer. I want you to be successful, but most of all, I want you all to be happy. So take care of yourselves. Come back to visit. We'll see you soon.
Hey guys, I know this is not the way that any of us would prefer to be celebrating, but I hope you are celebrating. And I hope you know that the faculty and staff at the School of Law are celebrating with you. I am so proud of everything that you've done over the last 3 years, and I very much look forward to everything that you will do in the future. Congratulations.
Hey class of 2020, congratulations. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you in person, but I'm so proud of all of you. I can't wait to see where you end up. Please keep in touch.
Congratulations to every member of the class of 2020. You are going to do great things, and we are proud of every one of you.
Hi, this is Gary Moore, Assistant Dean for Academic Technology for University of South Carolina School of Law. I want to wish everyone in the class of 2020 congratulations on your graduation. Well earned, well deserved. You take care, and I hope to see you all as alums real soon.
Hey, class of 2020. I am so proud of you and everything that you've accomplished. Don't be strangers, you know where we are, but now it's time to take on the world and go forth and conquer. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Alicia Carlisle, a 2015 graduate of the University of South Carolina School of Law and the Vice President of the Law Alumni Council. On behalf of all alumni and the council, I wanted to extend a warm congratulations to the class of 2020. We're excited for your future success and can't wait for you to join us in the bar.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Though we can't be together in person to celebrate your great achievement, know that I am with you in spirit and sending along hearty congratulations. And you did it. Congrats.
Congratulations. As you embark on this new journey and go out and change the world, remember that the law class of 2020 was not defined by what was taken by the virus, but yet how you responded to it. And your resiliency is inspiring to us all. We welcome you as alumni to the School of Law. The world is yours now, and we are excited to see what you make of it. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Class of 2020, congratulations on your graduation. I know the last few months haven't gone as planned, but I have so much respect for the way you've handled yourselves. As you embark upon your careers, please stay in touch with us to let us know how you're doing, and I wish you all the best of luck in your careers and your lives.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Sorry we can't be here on the horseshoe together, but I wish you all the best.
Congratulations, class of 2020. We're so proud of you, and we can't wait to see the amazing things you're going to do.
Congratulations, class of 2020. I wish that we could be with you on the horseshoe all together, but we are with you in spirit as you go forth to make the world a better place. Congratulations.
Hi, class of 2020. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you and all your accomplishments, and we wish you all the best.
Congratulations, class of 2020. I couldn't be there in person, but I did want to dress up to help make it feel real. It happened. You did it. Congrats.
Hello, class of 2020. Some superheroes wear capes, some have lassos of truth. You have a law degree. Go get them. Godspeed.
Hi, class of 2020. This is Professor Eagle, and I just wanted to congratulate you on making it to the end of law school. This would be my 30th reunion if we had one this year. I graduated law school 30 years ago, and I can tell you that whether you like law school or not, it gets more fun every day after that. If there's anything I can do for you in the future, please never hesitate to send me an email or give me a call.
Class of 2020, you've worked hard. Congratulations. Now go get them.
Congratulations to the law class of 2020.
Congratulations, class of 2020. We didn't get to spend as much time together as we'd hoped, but we wanted to wish you well, great happiness, great success, and when things are better, we hope to see you. So congratulations.
Congratulations, Avi, blow your horn.
Congratulations.
Yay! Okay, that's good. Okay.
I now now ask that you stand for the benediction and the singing of our alma mater.
Hi, I'm Tabitha Davidson, the outgoing president of the Jewish Law Students Association. And we also wanted to include a blessing over the class of 2020, which I'll read first in Hebrew and then in English. The priestly blessing can be found in Numbers chapter 6 in the Bible. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichonecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasim lecha shalom. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face toward you and grant you peace. Congratulations and Mazal Tov on your incredible accomplishment.
We hail thee, Carolina, and sing thy high praise. With loyal devotion, remembering the days when proudly we sought thee, thy children to be. Here's a health, Carolina, forever to thee.